Matt, goalless draw up here at Barrow tonight. What's your thoughts on that one?
Performance full of character, but probably little quality from both teams. I think we've got to be honest, there's a reason why we stood in a quiet room now, because the conditions certainly played a part in that game. The wind for the middle of August, whatever it is, you don't quite expect it to be that strong, but it really affected the game unfortunately. We had to soak up a bit of pressure towards the end of the game, certainly in terms of set pieces, but we really stood up to that, and we didn't quite make the most of any moments we did in relation to their goal, but really pleased with the heart and the endeavour of that group of players tonight. You
mentioned the conditions there, the wind, two sides that were forced to play the ball on the ground perhaps when they didn't want to.
Well, sometimes, yeah, but I mean, it was just hard to control the ball. Let's be honest, when it's that windy, it's a difficult one to get exactly where you want it to start with. We had glimpses where we could break through space, and we just, like I say, didn't quite get our shots off or our moments off to create real attacking opportunities in those times, certainly in the second half. But like I say, you're against the wind, and there's a bombardment coming, and we've got not a naive squad, but still an experienced squad at times. So really pleased how we stood up to those moments, including the goalkeeper, because that could have become a more difficult night than it's turned out to be.
Obviously, there was times that game it got a bit hairy. It looked like it might boil over at one point. Lots of aggressive.
Well, both teams wanted to win. Both teams wanted to win. Both teams wanted to compete. We asked for a little bit more to start the game, and we had a little bit of extra fire in our bellies tonight. And when the tackles went our way or their way, there was always a collision and a coming together. But I don't mind that. As two passionate groups of players, that's what fans want to see. And like I say, we've got to show at times that we won't be overrun and bullied and outmanoeuvred physically, because like I said, we've got young players in the team, but the likes of Harry Kite and Alex Archer's a special mention to Alex, because let's be honest, he's been indoors for 10 days. I shouldn't really have played him having done nothing for 10 days, but this needs must at the moment, and for him to come through 90 minutes and to keep a clean sheet, I'm really pleased for him, because that's, like I say, we've missed him the last few weeks, but for him to be literally in isolation for 10 days and come and play a 90-minute game of football like that, at that intensity, and come through it in the performance that he has, I'm really pleased with him. So lots of building blocks again, looking forward towards the weekend.
Alex was going to be my next question actually, and of course without him we could be talking about 1-0 defeat. That was a superb goal line clearance.
Yeah, I mean he adds extra legs as well to that back three or back line or back five, whatever you want to call it. He's got a physicality which can get himself out of trouble, but also get the team out of trouble. And he certainly showed that with a clean pair of heels to get back to that ball on the goal line. And that was part and parcel of what we had to do at times in the second half. It's so difficult to get up the pitch, because even the long throws pinned us back in, and then the ball's just closer and closer to the 18-yard box, and any clearances go straight up in the air. Even the goal kicks were not a worry, but they're landing on our halfway line and coming back with a bit of interest. So, like I say, we just needed to take the sting out of it by using the ball as much as we possibly could, but I can't fault the boys tonight.
Obviously, it is another game without a goal. How at the moment, how much does that lack of goals concern you?
Well, not at all. We've got Sam Nombe still to come back into the fold, and got Archie Collins still to come back and fold, Josh Coley, so a lot of players who can score goals and threaten the goals. Honestly, that doesn't bother me one bit. If it had been a game where both teams can create chances, a different sort of condition night, then I'd been asking a similar sort of question. But we could have easily scored our first goal on the weekend in terms of penalty or missed chances, and we've had enough chances to score. Certainly not tonight, because there was very few chances created by either team. But in terms of our personnel, I pretty much guarantee that we'll get stronger in an attacking sense.
And finally, the heroes of the evening, really, 165 fans up here tonight, which is a monumental effort.
Yeah, absolutely. But the players are heroes as well. The fans are absolutely outstanding, but they've got to see it from the players, and they've got to feel it from the players. I'm sure they did that tonight, and the players need a lot of credit alongside those fans. We want performances where we can talk about our players as much as our fans, because if our players match the will, endeavour and the quality of our fans, we'll be a really good team at this level. So it's got to go both ways. We've got to thank them for travelling all that distance and kept singing. And it wasn't a cold night, it was just a windy night, a strange night in relation to that. So we're so grateful that they've made that commitment to us tonight, but they also saw a committed team as well.
Thanks a lot.